Before now, in the past, people were very unkind, critical, and rude just because of other people's skin color, their gender, and their age. Because there were many people who took many risks and broke rules and laws over the years, people began to get more and more rights, and now almost everyone is free because of those heroes' actions. 3 of those heroes were called Rosa Parks, Jane Addams, and Susan B. Anthony, and Frederick Douglass. They changed the world by taking risks to help others without rights. Rosa, Jane, Frederick, and Susan all did great things to change the course of history for the better.
Frederick Douglass was a very passionate speaker. He thought that slavery should be demolished. Frederick was angry about how slaves were treated. In Frederick Douglass' Freedom's Voice, Frederick believed everyone should be treated equally. In the text, Frederick spoke out against slavery and gave many speeches about how it is like to be enslaved. In 1841, the Mass Anti-Slavery Society held a meeting. In that meeting, Frederick spoke out, telling about the many fears of slavery. He even wrote a newspaper telling about slave injustice. He was a great civil rights leader because he had never given up. Without his work to stop slavery, we might still have it today.
Jane Addams is a leader for people in poverty and children in the U.S. In the book, Jane Addams, A Woman of Action, the author details how, from a young girl to an adult, Jane was horrified at the awful poverty and work conditions for children. When Jane visited a market in London, she realized how bad poverty really is. People were desperately reaching for food that was very unfit to eat. She and her friends searched for a place that was just right until the 2 found Hull House. They fixed it up and made it into a place where the poor could live. Jane then started to work on child labor laws. She found that no one cared about the well-being of the children working. Furious, she worked to change the laws and won. If Jane Addams hadn't decided to fight for what was right, children would surely still be working in factories and stores.
When Susan B. Anthony joined an organization and started a newspaper, she was trying to help women gain the right to vote. But she and her team had to break rules and laws. But at least women can vote today. In the biography of Fighting for Change, the author details that Susan wanted women to have rights and be able to vote. Susan B. Anthony helped found an organization and start a newspaper to promote the cause of women voting rights. She also traveled around the U.S. lecturing about the causes she believed in. Even after all of her hard work, Susan B. Anthony died in 1906, 14 years before the 19th Amendment was passed. The 19th Amendment allowed women to vote. Women should be proud of Susan's actions that helped them gain the right to vote.
In the text, Rosa. Rosa was tired of black buses, drinking fountains, balconies, and not equal rights. She wanted it to change and be equal to for all. Meanwhile, Rosa had to overcome being arrested. She broke the law and people yelled at her. Also, when she was doing something risky, Rosa changed and became successful. Rosa received the Nobel Peace Prize. Now we know how brave Rosa was.
The challenges faced by Frederick Douglass, Jane Addams, Susan B. Anthony, and Rosa Parks were many, but the changes made were far greater than all the injustices combined. The heroes and heroines from our past worked hard, spoke out, inspired, and changed. It's because of these people that our world is a better, although still not perfect, place to live. We should recognize more often that we should be praising our ancestors for the positive changes they made for us.